Merry Christmas, everybody. Today we've got a...
Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens. Diddy.
Crank it up to 10, 10, 10, 10. Coming to you live from New York, foul mouth.
On the 4th of July Eve, coming to you live from New York. What is up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight, y'all? Hello. Well, it's almost the 4th of July. Does anybody even give a fuck about the 4th of July anymore? P. Diddy, he beat a shitload of the charges, but there's a reason why he did not get let out of jail yet. And supposedly he's going to be facing new charges. It's a very confusing thing, but I got a couple of things that we can look at and listen to tonight about P. Diddy. Just coming to you live because I had nothing else to do on this 4th of July Eve, which is, listen, I always celebrated the 4th of July, and I love the fireworks. It was my great-grandmother's birthday. So we always celebrated that on the 4th of July, and she lived to 101, God bless her. And the 4th of July has always been a special time for me. I love America. I love being an American. I lived in the 80s when it was patriotic to be alive back then. Like, when you were alive in the 80s, it was like patriotic, man. It was good to be an American. Like, you were proud of it. And we wore it like a badge. And things are different now. I mean, I still feel that way. I don't know how many of you guys do. I still love America, and it's the 250th birthday of America, and, that stands for something. You know, 250 years so far we've survived. I don't know how, and I don't know how much longer we'll go, but time will tell. So happy birthday to the U.S. And also we got the shit that went down with P. Diddy and everything going on with that trial. Well, what's left of it. And he was found guilty on 2 charges, and they were the two smallest charges out of the, I guess, 6 or 5 of them. And it's funny how he doesn't get let out of jail when all he's really was found guilty of was prostitution when you look at it, when you really look at it. You know, so we're going to talk about that and how deep this really goes because, listen, he deals with big corporations that he sued, and there's a lot of deep, dark shit that's going on with this case and with P. Diddy in general. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and I have some clips to play for you guys, whoever's out there. I ain't doing shit on the 4th of July. Actually, my cousin Chris, CUNNY Chris, is coming over tomorrow for the 4th of July, and we're hanging out for a little. And I'll probably be going live at the end of the night. Supposedly everybody's coming on. Filthy, Chris, Shannon. We'll see if it happens, but I'll let you guys know early tomorrow about that. But it could shape up to be a good 4th of July party. Yeah, don't hit me up yet. I'm just starting this shit, bro. I'll hit you up in a little bit. Let me start the stream here for a little bit. All right. Yeah, just give me a minute, dude. Come on. For Christ's sake. How is everybody so far this week? It's a short week for everybody. You get a nice couple of days, well, day off from work on Friday, which is a nice thing. Everybody who works gets off on the 4th of July if you're scheduled on the 4th. It's a nice thing. Government workers get off, all that bullshit. But, yeah, you notice it's never a slow news week ever anymore now. It used to be back in the day, there used to be nothing to fucking talk about. Now it seems like there's something. Trump said the most outlandish shit again today that I heard a clip of, which was crazy. And then I heard some other shit that was crazy. But, you know, listen, this... Uh-oh, wait a second here. Somebody's telling me the stream's not working? Is it? It's not working? Let me see. Wait a second. Not me. I'm working. Oh, you're not off? All right, so you guys can hear me? How are you doing, brother? Big Mark, you working? Yeah, well, I know some people that are working tomorrow. Government workers have off. It's working. All right, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was working or not because it said some weird shit. This stream's current bit rate is higher than recommended bit rate. Whatever you know what? Listen, I really don't give a fuck. How about that? As long as it's working. But yeah, you know, the 4th of July, I guess, is a lot funner when you're a kid and you're getting to blow off fireworks and you're looking forward to the whole thing and all that shit, right? But I still want to, like, give love to the people who died for the country. That's basically what I give thanks for growing up in this country on the 4th of July. That's what I'm giving thanks for, growing up in this country. Because honestly, I still believe that this country we're very lucky to live here. So, I don't know. It's 250 years. You would think it would be a bigger celebration than it's going to be, but we'll see. All right, so anyway, with the P. Diddy shit, right? With the P. Diddy shit, the crazy thing is that this guy was involved with BlackRock, right? Through his company that he was doing alcohol with, and I forget the name of the alcohol, the company, but they're connected to other big companies like BlackRock and all this shit. So what a lot of people are saying in New York, and what I'm hearing like locally and shit, and the people that I listen to, which are some of the local people that cover him and that are on YouTube, they're all saying that P. Diddy was not let go. And you would think that he would be let go, because if you go look at his charges, right, and you have half a fucking brain, you would see that he got found guilty on 2 of the less charges out of all of them. 2 of the shittiest charges that he could be brought up with, right? It has a minimum, I think, of 10 years each charge, but there's no way, from what I heard, nobody gets 10 years for this charge, and it's basically like being a pimp. That's what the charge amounts to, right? So he got caught with these charges, and you would think he's been in jail for so long now that, okay, he's not going to jail for that long. They're going to give him bail. There's no way he's going to leave. He was found innocent of those other charges that were really big. The judge should let him walk. And a lot of people were thinking, yeah, P. Diddy's getting out of jail today. But the judge at the last second, I heard at the last second, revoked his bail because the judge got a call from the DA or whoever that P. Diddy is going to be brought up on other charges now, because they had a backup plan going that if they did not get him on these charges that they wanted to get him on. Now, why do you think they would hold a person for something that is legal in the state of fucking Nevada? You know what I mean? Why do you think they would hold a person back who's been in jail for over a year for that reason, and for like the other charge, which was nothing charge? Now, we all saw the videos of this guy beating the fuck out of his girlfriend, right? And that's not what he was being, brought up on charges for, was beating his girlfriend. He was being brought up on charges for racketeering and all this other stupid shit that they tried to act like he was a mafia boss. And that's where a lot of people were saying that he went wrong, that they all went wrong prosecuting him, is tying him into the RICO charges, which fucked everything up. The girls that were brought up on the stand. Now, if you guys think that these are the only people that would be witnesses against P. Diddy, you're crazy, because there's probably thousands of more people that would have gone on the witness stand that probably could have told worse stories about P. Diddy than those people. And a lot of people were saying this, like, yo, what the fuck? There's obviously people that are higher up than him, because he's not smart enough to like do all this on his own. There's obviously people that helped him out and did this crazy shit with him, and all this stuff, right? So there's other people obviously involved and shit like that, and they're saying that. I'm not saying this. I don't fucking know any better, because I paid attention to the case, but not like 100%. But like, I didn't get deep in the detail like these people reporting did. I knew it on the surface. I heard most of like the highlights of the cases. I listened to a couple of shows that like talked about it live after the day went off in court and all that bullshit for like the last month. So I'm familiar with it on the most part, but these people were like in depth looking at this case, and it's just crazy to me that they wouldn't let him go on bail, right? And restrict him with all these restrictions, like keeping his passport, like, having a monitor, a bracelet on him, drug testing, blah, blah, blah. It's all this shit. You would think that they would let him go for the small charges that they did get him for. But everybody was scratching their head when it first happened, and the judge said, no, you're not getting bail. Even the lawyers for P. Diddy, like, kind of flipped the fuck out at that point and were like, what? Like, why? And it looked like and it sounded like these people are saying the judge was talking, saying basically, hey, you're going to be facing new charges and other charges. So, yeah, you know what? I'm not letting you go on bail. And number two, I still have to sentence you to the original, the charges that you were found guilty on, which is a maximum of 10 years. But they were saying, like I said before, nobody ever gets 10 years when they're found guilty of that. So they were doubtful that he would even serve 2 or 3 years with the charges that the government got against him. So, but with that said, they're saying that these new charges are going to be coming down very soon. Here's another clip. Hold on.
He took the news. According to NBC News reporters in the courtroom, Combs appeared, quote, deflated as his hopes of going home were seemingly dashed as his lawyers attempted to convince Judge Aaron Subramanian to release their client ahead of his sentencing. In his ruling, Subramanian cited Combs' years-long pattern of violence as a reason for him to remain behind bars, adding that he continues to be a danger to others and unable to follow the law. Arguing that Combs, who pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking...
Now, real quick, here's a guy, right? Here's a guy that they were trying to bring up on sex trafficking, all this other crazy shit, right? And he wasn't found guilty of that. He was found guilty of basically being a pimp. And they say, the judge said, no, you can't leave because you're still a threat to society and you're a bad guy that doesn't follow the law. You just cannot follow the law. Meanwhile, the guy, the worst charge that he's ever been brought up on and found guilty of is basically being a pimp at this point. So I don't get how they can keep a guy in jail for this long for just being a pimp, other than they know, or the judge knows, that new charges are going to be coming down the pike for him very soon, which a lot of people are saying they are, and they're going to be a lot worse than the original charges against him for, trafficking and all that. Now, don't forget, they found all kinds of guns, and I'm pretty sure some drugs in his house. And I don't think he was brought up on that at all. They also have all these new lawsuits that are coming against him. This newest claim against him is from this male prostitute who says he was drugged and raped by P. Diddy, and he has proof. And supposedly he does have proof and all this shit. So there's all that shit too. So hold on.
Arguing that Combs, who pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, as well as transportation to engage in prostitution, was acquitted on the three most serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, and only convicted of prostitution-related offenses. Defense attorney Mark Agnifilo insisted he should be released on appropriate conditions. As Agnifilo outlined, Combs would be willing to put up a $1 million cash bond, co-signed by his mom Janice Combs, his sister Keisha Combs, and Sarah Chapman, the mother of Combs' eldest daughter Chance Combs, and have no access to his private plane, which is currently grounded in Maui. He also agreed to surrender his passport, undergo drug testing, and restrict travel to areas of New York, Florida, and California as necessary to attend court and meet with lawyers.
So
According
basically,
to NBC News, Combs
basically this guy was going to do anything and everything for them to let him go home, and the judge still wouldn't. So now this guy had 5 charges against him. 3 of them were major. 2 of them were He got charged with the 2 So how is this guy being still, and they haven't said anything as far as like, oh, you know what, he's definitely getting more charges, blah, blah, blah. They haven't said that. So that's what everybody's speculating, that it's going to be more and bigger charges now on him coming up, which we're going to go through this whole thing again now with another court case with this guy until they get him, because it all ties back to what I was saying. He had deals with that Ciroc or whatever it was, right? Who has ties to BlackRock and all these major corporations, right? And when you fuck with a major corporation, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how powerful you are, they're going to find every which way to fuck you. And they're saying that this is basically, they built this guy up. He made billions of dollars off of his lawsuit that he had against them. He basically set this company back pretty far. And like literally weeks after that happened, they raided his house. The government raided his house. So you do the math. You know what I mean? You do the fucking math. What are you thinking? You thinking the guy's fucking innocent? You think he's innocent of all that? Or did he get off because he's a billionaire? And he paid to get off. And it shows that if you have the money in this country and you have the power in this country, you can do anything, basically. You can do fucking anything. Especially nowadays, when you can sit there and you can use certain tools that are big tools that you have at your disposal, depending upon what type of person you are or how you were born, what you look like, what you represent, and you can use certain tools to navigate yourself through a shit storm, through a shit tornado. So that's what Diddy did. And listen, who am I to sit here? And at first I was mad. I was like, you know what? This fuck got off. And I'm thinking about it, though. You know what? Like, listen, this guy does what he does. The oil, the whole fucking schmeal, right? You know that he has all these other fucking people recorded, just like that other fucking dimwit who supposedly killed himself in jail, and Ghislaine Maxwell and all these people. It's like we will never see the other side of that, because it burns too many people that run our worlds, that run this world. You know what I mean? Too many people are involved with it that run this world. So we're never going to see the truth. We always see like the fucking bullshit truth for the surface. That's what we get. You know what I mean? We're never going to dig deep and see who these people are, who fucked these people, who, you know, who helped these people. We're never going to see all that. It's just never going to happen. And P. Diddy, I guess, is part of that. And the machine, I guess, is going after P. Diddy. And I don't think he's any different than any of these other fucking leaders or entertainers that are into this weird shit. Now, you know, Lady Gaga and all these other people are into this weird shit, okay? Now, could they all go after them for what they're doing? Probably. They could probably, the same people that went after. And the weirdest fucking thing of this all is, right? The head prosecutor against P. Diddy, okay? The head prosecutor against P. Diddy is Comey, the ex-FBI agent who put the 8647 on the fucking seashells in the beach. That same Comey, his daughter is the lead prosecutor on this case. Why is an ex-FBI agent who's supposedly crooked, who supposedly has access to all these different files with Epstein and all these other people that did all this crazy shit, right? And she is the one who's prosecuting P. Diddy, who's supposedly connected to all this shit, and he gets off on all this shit. The government has like a 99 point whatever the fuck rating of getting people when they prosecute them. I mean, like, what is going on here? If you really, really want to look deep into it, you really want to dive into this shit, there's a lot of stuff that is going on right now that is connecting. And if you sit there and you really connect the dots, all right, you're going to be able to answer all of your questions when you sit there and you scratch your head and you say, wait a second, how does a person like this get off? And how doesn't the truth of all of this, who's involved, who's doing what, and who's doing, like, how come just like this bullshit, like nothing, the substance beneath everything never comes out? It didn't come out in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. It didn't come out with Epstein because he killed himself before he went to trial. It didn't come out really in the P. Diddy trial because obviously he got off. And if you want to connect the dots, Jim Comey's daughter is the head prosecutor against P. Diddy for the government? What? That just don't sound right. That just does not So her father is the guy who supposedly has all this access that our own president of the United States tells us has access to all these things. Kash Patel, all these people who told us that this guy had access to all these different files and all this shit, that he had a secret room in the FBI headquarters, and that he has all these case files on all these people from Epstein and from P. Diddy and blah, blah. And his daughter is the prosecutor on this? Are you fucking kidding me? It's such a fucking sham. It really is. It's a fucking, whose side are you on? What side are, like, isn't Trump responsible for who? I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Who's responsible for putting the prosecutor in that position to bring Diddy up on charges? Who is the person who says, oh, you're the person who's going to court, you're the lead prosecutor? Because whoever the fuck that is, I want to know. And, like, it should be looked into. Why is Comey's daughter the head prosecutor of this case where P. Diddy gets off on a case that the government wins 99, probably 0.9 times out of 10? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here? Like, you know, I'm not a, you guys know, you've watched me for so long. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy. I'll listen to conspiracies. I'll do that whole thing. I'll talk about it. Some of them I might even look into and fucking really go down the rabbit hole in. But come on, man. Too much shit just like, you know, matches up to where you're like, wait a second. Wait. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? It's fucking, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right, and I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what to say about the whole situation, because it's like I said, I was mad when I first heard P. Diddy got off, but then I thought to myself, like, you know what? Like, hey, you know what? Like, Comey's daughter being the prosecutor, all this shit being hidden, nothing really coming out. Like, where's all the names? Like, where's the people who fucked people? Where's all the fucking, like, this guy's, where's his drug dealers? Where's the people that are giving him chloroform and giving him these drugs? Where the, like, what are we doing here? Like, you're gonna like look into things, or are you gonna just half-ass shit, and or is it just all for show, for some fucked up reason? You know, to P. Diddy, it's not all for show, because the motherfucker's rotting in jail. And they kept his ass there, plain and simple. So obviously, somebody fucked up, you know. And Comey's daughter being the head prosecutor and them doing such a shitty job is just very weird to me. I don't know which way that's connected, but there's something really weird behind that. The fact that they didn't let this guy get out on bail, it's just crazy to me. He wasn't even found guilty on anything significant, you know. So how do you keep him there? And then that clip. That clip is crazy, that the judge actually said, after his lawyers said, yo, our client wants to go home tonight. He wants bail, and he deserves it. And the judge was like, no, he don't listen to the laws. He doesn't obey the laws of the world, of our country. And he's still a threat to people. When he gets out here, he could look for retribution and all kinds of shit. No, he's not going anywhere. I don't understand how, like, there's something really weird going on with this whole fucking trial. Mark my words. Maybe I'm out of my mind, and this is it, and this is all said and done. P. Diddy pays a fine. He does some community service, and it's over, right? He goes on with his career and his life, and he keeps going upward, like he probably will, you know. But I don't know. Something don't seem right with this whole fucking thing, and you know, if you listen to different areas of the internet, you're going to hear a couple of different things. Like, for instance, if you go listen to Alex Jones talk about this, you're going to hear crazy shit, you know, kind of like what I was saying, but much more in detail, as far as, like, him being connected through this company that he had the alcohol with, and this company being connected to BlackRock, and BlackRock wanting to fuck P. Diddy and get him no matter what. But then, in the same breath, you know, he mentions this thing with Comey's daughter, and it's like, yeah, but what is... And he's like, Comey's daughter's, she's there. And he starts explaining how, like, yeah, Comey's daughter's there to lose this on purpose. And it's like, okay, but why bring him up on the charges in the first place, then, if you're just going to lose it, right? And then he's trying to explain that away, and it's like, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but I don't know, but it is a coincidence, and a weird fucking coincidence, that James Comey, this weird fucking 86-47 guy, the ex-FBI, you know, leader, his daughter is prosecuting the P. Diddy case, which was lost, basically, because they barely ever lose when they're going and prosecuting people, and I think the last person they lost to was John Gotti before they finally got him. And if they want somebody that bad, they're going to get him. And like I told you, down the pike, supposedly, is brand new charges for P. Diddy that could probably drop before he's even sentenced, they said. They said that these new charges might pop up before he's even sentenced. So look for that. So who knows what that'll be. But I'm so sick of these people that just get to fucking rape women and fucking drug people and record people and fucking fuck minors and do all this crazy shit and bring them over state and country lines and fly around like they own the fucking place and, you know, sit there and point the finger at everybody else and talk about how everybody else is fucking up the world and you should, you know, save money and save gas and don't use cars and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, they're flying around and I'm so sick of all these just crooked fucking finger-pointing pieces of shit that get away with whatever the fuck they want in this world. And when one of us poor schlumps fucking do something even minor, it's a big fucking Battlestar Galactic shit. Battlestar Galactica. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, whoever is here with me on this 4th of July Eve. We do have an hour and 7 minutes left till it is the 4th of July. May the 4th be with you guys. Turn the lights on. Everybody, turn the lights down.
Turn the lights down. Turn the lights down.
Holy shit. Donations are open. Just to let you guys know. This just sitting there on this 4th of July. Just smiling on through. Galactica. We are trying to save for the dunk tank. As I told you guys as many times, we've talked about the dunk tank for 2 years now. We're trying to save up for it. Couple of $100. That's all we need. And we do the dunk tank. And when I get that, when we reach the goal, I make the announcement. And then we tell you who's coming and the whole fucking thing, like I promised you guys. But the whole thing is I got to reach that spot to fucking do it. So I had this whole big conversation with all the guys, Chris, Filthy, and then spoke to Mello. And I have to speak to some of the other guys that are involved in everything. And there's definitely 100% going to be a meetup reunion thing, live show. All of us around one table. Type of thing, live, the whole crew. And that includes, you ready for this? Who that includes? You're never going to believe it. For the first time in a long fucking time. And if we do the dunk tank night, this person will be there. All right? The one and the only Lucky Low. Spoke to him the other day, and he's down. And I didn't think so, but yeah, he's going to come on for the reunion and even for the dunk tank if we do it. So, got a lot of shit coming up. And he might even do the Patreon with us on a Sunday night here and there. So, look for the Low Man coming back to the totem pole. The new guy, CUNNY Chris, he'll be with me tomorrow night, and we'll probably be going live from the house tomorrow night with Filthy, him, me. Filthy will be live from his computer. Now he's not going to be here, but Chris will be here, and Shannon will, and Alcohol will. So I think we're going to go live tomorrow night for the firework finale special live from New York tomorrow night. The firework live finale special. 4th of July's 250th birthday tomorrow night. So don't be queer. If you're not doing anything on the 4th of July, come and hang out with us. Listen, I've went live so many holidays, man. Remember fucking New Year's? It was like a 24-hour stream. That was fun. We went food shopping. We did all kinds of shit that night. You guys remember that? Some of yous? I don't know if you remember that or not, but yeah, that's what we did. That's what we do.
Keeping you side on the end.
Keeping you on the outside in. Keeping you. All right. Now let's check this clip out. I wanted to play this clip for you guys. This is, where is it? Let's see. Oh my God, the New York Mets put a pride flag up, a rainbow pride flag. And since they put that flag up, they have went 2-8. Okay, and they were on a 17-4 stretch. They went 2-8. And a lot of the fans are like, good. See what you do, you fucking idiots? You want to put that weird shit up? Like, stop putting, like, don't, listen, that's fine. You want to represent that and you want to love that and you know, represent that, that's fine. I don't have a fucking problem with that. But let's not mix it with fucking baseball. You know what I mean? So you definitely, without a doubt, get a toilet flush for that. Without a doubt. The New York Mets get a toilet bowl fucking sweep out for that one. That's what they get. The New York Mets get a toilet bowl brush. There you go, Mets. That's for you and your fucking Pride Night. Because ever since then, you went fucking 2-8. You bunch of fucking bums, and you fell out of first fucking place to the Phillies, and now you're 2 games behind. You were the best team in baseball. You were running shit, and now you're like 7 games behind the best team in baseball. Toilet bowl brush for you. Toilet bowl brush for you, you fucking bunch of deeks. You fucking deek. Couldn't fucking deke a deek, you fucking deek. Right down the fucking toilet. Right down the toilet with you. Remind me of Will Smith. Make me want to fucking throw up. Make me want to fucking vomit. Make me want to fucking vomit. Christ almighty. Disgusting. Revolting twat. Now I got to go on vacation with Filthy, guys, okay? And you guys know him, okay? Shannon is the type that if you're too loud in public or you say something weird out loud in public, she will hide her face. She will run away. She don't want nothing to do with that shit. She don't like it. She don't like being loud in public, right? Just like tonight, we went food shopping, me and Shannon, right? And as we're walking into the place, I was being loud and I looked at her and I said, "You ready to go on vacation with Filthy soon?" And she's like, "Yeah, why?" And I'm like, "You getting ready for the loud in public?" And I started going, "Hey, fucking, hey, fuck." And she started going, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just trying to get you ready, Shannon. Like, this, you know, like, that's what it's going to be like. You don't know that? Like, what do you think?" Like, Filthy, he don't hold back. He's going fucking loud as can be with the public right in front of him. He don't give a fuck. There could be like a 95-year-old woman in front of us with a heart problem. He's fucking going ballistic. He don't give a shit. He's yelling cunt and fuck you and suck balls and cock fuck. And I said, so get ready. You know what I mean? Get ready for that shit. You know? And I got a funny fucking story to tell you guys, bro. This is a couple of fucking funny stories I got to tell you guys, bro. My balls are itching. Sorry. I was pretty hot here today. But yeah, I got a funny story to tell you guys, man, before I end this stream. And I'm not on all night, not unless I make a hundy, which I won't. So I'm not on all night. But I want to get that story out before I leave tonight. Probably, I'm like 99.99 going to go live tomorrow night for the 4th of July. And then Saturday night special, we always go live. That's coming around. And I basically have off till fucking, well, I kind of got to go into work on Saturday. I don't have to go into work, but I'm going to go into work on Saturday because I have to. Well, not because I have to, but I should. Because I need the time, and I'm going away at the end of July. So, going to California for the first time in my life. I'm going to be on the West Coast, and I want to try to visit every person that I can, but I just can't make it to fucking everybody because no matter what I say, there's no way I can get to where I want to go because it's like fucking 7 hours out of the way. I wanted to visit my cousin who lives out there. She's like 6 hours. I wanted to visit a couple of people that I know from the streams and shit out there, but I'm not going to be able to do it unless they like meet us halfway or meet us where we are. So, but I still have to work all that shit out. And it's at the end of the month, so I have a little time, but I do have to go into work, so that sucks. So other than that, I would have had off all weekend, which would have been great because I've been working fucking like I've only had off 3 or 4 days in the last like 4 or 5 weeks. So, but listen, hey, at least I got a job. I thank God for that. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's just a lot of work, a lot of work and no play. You know what that means, right? A lot of work and no play. What do? Let's take another hit here because hey, I bought alcohol for tomorrow. Good shit. So if I do go live, gonna be a little lit. Just letting you guys know. I bought this new and improved Jack and Coke. It's not Coca-Cola because they were making Jack, like Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola came together and made that drink. But this is like some other kind of Jack and Coke. And it's like a really good one. It said that the alcohol level's true to roof. So I got that on ice for tomorrow. CUNNY Chris is coming over probably around 3 o'clock. And holy shit!
Yeah, I don't even
what
live
the
in the
fuck?
continental
Abel
United
Salas!
States anymore. Yeah, I'm in the
Abel
Baja.
Salas!
Abel Salas Jr. tipped $5. I hate to correct you, Ken, but tomorrow is the 249-year anniversary of the
right.
It kicks off the year-long
You're right.
250-year celebration, which will be July 4th, 2026. The country was founded in 1776.
Yeah, I mean, no shit, I know that. I wear the hat. But, yeah, I know. Everybody's saying 250th, really. You know what I mean? Because technically, 250th celebration. But, you know what I mean. Either way, it's a big milestone. And it should be celebrated. You know? It should be. And they of course, gave Trump shit for doing that whole parade. They were like, oh, it's about him. He's making it about him. It's his birthday and all that. And it's like, no matter what the guy does, even if he wants to show love to the country, it's a fucking issue. It's always an issue. You know? The big, beautiful bill got passed. You know, there's a lot of shit on it that I heard and I seen that I was like, uh-oh, that doesn't seem good. But there's also a lot of good shit on it.
Trump will kill illegal aliens. Trump will.
So, shout out to Abel Salas. Thank you, bro. But he's doing it, man. He's winning and winning and winning in court with the shipping these fucking. He's got alligator fucking Alcatraz open. He's doing a lot of crazy shit, right? But this is good shit. This is shit that we voted for, you know? And you got to have the illegals out of your country. They can't come in here legally, bro. Now, listen, anyone can come in, but do it legally. That's all they're asking. That's all we're asking. Just do it legally. That's it. It's simple, plain and simple. Just do it legally. That's it. The same fucking people can come in. Just do it legally. Is it that big of a deal? Because if it's that big of a deal to do it legally, then obviously you shouldn't be here, right? I mean, I don't know.
Here's the foul mouth shout out to
Oh, what the fuck, Mello?
Shout out to the chat.
Well, that's another thing I gotta.
Shout it out to the chat. Shout it out to the foul mouth chat.
Abel is always right. Shout out to the chat.
So, Abel, I was shout out to Mello for that. And yes, Abel is always right. That sounds biblical. But listen to this, all right? I'm in the midst of buying the phone line. We're gonna have the phone number and the phone line ready to go by this weekend. Like, I was supposed to buy it 2 days ago, and I got caught up in all this shit with my daughter. But they're still overseas, which is like so long now. But so I didn't get to buy it that day. But I looked into the plans and everything that they have, and they do have the number that you can call from a regular cell phone, so we could do random ass calls again. We won't be interrupted anymore. So I do have the money for that. I am buying it. Thank you to everybody who donated. It's 100% in the bag, done. But now I'm trying to put aside for the whole dunk tank thing and all that still, because I spoke to Tommy, spoke to a couple of the guys. They want to do it. I want to try to do it before the winter or the fall comes, which I don't know if that's going to happen because, you know what I mean? It's going to take a while probably to save up to get there, unless we do some kind of fundraiser night type of thing. I don't know. I haven't done that shit in a long time. I don't know. You know what I mean? So we'll figure it out, though, either way. But either way, I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Thank you so much. Wait, what's that? No.
I didn't.
I didn't do it. That wasn't me. I didn't. I did not do it, dickhead. So, Tommy.
I didn't.
Tommy Soprano over there. Tommy Soprano. Tom's a Soprano. Imagine that. Tommy Soprano. This is my son you didn't know about. His name is Tommy. Tommy Jabroni. No. Nope, not doing that. Happy 4th of July, buddy. Fuck. All right, so I got these clips. I forgot to even play these. Hold on, let me cue this up. Where is that one?
Well, I mean, we know that
Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You saw that the Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens.
Big news today. Let's get right to Lisa Evers, who's live in front of the courthouse. Lisa, what was the decision by the judge to deny bail for Diddy?
Well, Bianca and Natasha, first of all, this, I'm sure, was a tremendous disappointment to his mother and to his children and to his other family, and as well as to the supporters that we've seen out here outside of the courthouse. But in terms of the legality of it, according to Attorney Jeremy Sallin, who we've been speaking with this hour, he said that this is fairly standard in terms of a conviction on these prostitution transportation charges, which are the 2 counts that Diddy was found guilty of. Now, what the big argument and the big push to keep him behind bars obviously came from the prosecutors. I'm sure it seemed, that they were very upset about the verdict from the jury not getting that RICO case that they had pushed so hard for against the better advice of some in the legal community who didn't think that was appropriate in this particular circumstance. They also lost out on the sex trafficking. That was not guilty. And they said at this morning, the prosecution said, Your Honor, we need several hours to come back and consider bail. Otherwise, they would have just considered the bail, the bail application and the bail situation right there shortly after the verdict was read. That was not the case. They were granted all these extra hours, the extra afternoon. Sean Diddy Combs sitting in a holding cell all the while this afternoon while they're crafting these letters to the judge to explain their positions. And the defense was arguing his mother, who we've seen many times here on Fox 5 going in and out of court every single day to support her son. She's 85 years old. The argument of the defense was that he's her primary caregiver, and certainly he is the closest relative to her, and that he also has a 3-year-old baby daughter, baby love Sean Combs, and that's her name. And so that was their argument, but the prosecution he still remains a danger. They wanted him behind bars until the sentencing, and this was, I'm sure, was devastating to Combs and many of the family who seemed elated. They were elated, in fact, when they heard those not guilty verdicts. But it's one more step, and as we've seen with Combs in other situations, once he's determined, he's going to see it through. The worst is over in one sense, in that he is no longer looking at life behind bars. On the other hand, his attorneys will have to file an appeal to this denial of bail. And remember, they had several bail applications throughout the course of the pre-trial conferences and after his arrest that were completely denied, and those were just eye-popping bail packages. $50 million, 24-hour armed guards, an Upper East Side apartment where there was limited access, no internet access for him, monitoring cameras, monitoring his activities, no guests allowed coming in, and that was denied. So we'll see what happens now, but this has to be a devastating blow for the family. The family's been very united and come together at this. We saw the two sprinters that have taken most of the family after 1 o'clock this afternoon, or a little bit earlier, a little bit after that, excuse me, after we found out that the hearing would be at 5 o'clock. They all went out together to have lunch or to have something to eat, if in fact they could do that. I'm sure many of them thinking, okay, you know what, Dad's coming home, my son's coming home, that type of thing, and he will not have to spend another night in the MDC, the Metropolitan Detention Center, which is a place nobody wants to go. And so that's what it is. It's just a devastating blow for them. They went from this high this morning of realizing that there's just those 2 counts of the prostitution transportation that they're facing, and that that can be dealt with over time. That's a far cry, Bianca, Natasha, from looking at the possibility of life behind bars, which would have been with the RICO case and many decades on the sex trafficking case, because that also carries a very, very heavy penalty. But that's it for today so far. And then tomorrow the courtroom will be, tomorrow the whole courthouse is on administrative leave, is on administrative closure, meaning that they will be, excuse me one second, we're getting interference from all the helicopters up above. So tomorrow the courthouse that you see right behind me, where the trial's taking place and where this bail hearing just happened, that will be closed for an administrative closure. There will be no activity there, no scheduled activity there. Friday the courthouse is federal holiday closed. It's always closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So there was obviously a pressure to get this decision.
Down. Turn the lights down. Death, horrible death of people.
People. So obviously the news, they're saying, like, I guess it's normal for people who get charged with what he got charged with to stay in jail. I don't understand how that's normal if he got found not guilty of the worst charges that amounted to serving life in jail. So you hear like mixed shit everywhere you go. Like if I listen to this dude that I watch, he's going to tell you that P. Diddy's facing all these other charges that are about to come down the pike. You listen to these people, they're mad that he got off and he should have got life and he's going to get off and he's going to go on with his life and blah, blah, blah. And it's like all these different things. But, you know, the way that the other guy put it was, why else would they be keeping this guy in jail if they didn't think something else was coming down the pike? Because, you know, I don't get it. He really didn't get found guilty of really anything significant. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, the flight risk. Yeah, they said that he's still, they said that he's Well, they were going to take his passport. They were going to take, like, put up all this money and blah, blah, blah. You heard that clip where they were basically going to put up a lot of shit, and he would have a monitor and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, they still didn't let him go. So, yeah, the Discord link is in the last video, my last video. It's in the description. No, it's in the comment section of the last video, the Discord link. So we're going to try that out also for the next show to see if it works good. See if I could even work it, man, because that thing is weird to me, man. Fucking really weird to use that fucking thing, but a lot of people like it, I guess. They say it's better than all this other shit, but I'm still going to get the number. I have to get the number. And that's like, I think, the $17 a month one. So, yeah, I'm gonna get that one so we could pick the number, basically, which is still a cool feature. I mean, it's more than what I thought. I think Skype was doing. Skype was, I think, a little cheaper. I think that was $10 a month, Skype. And I think the one that we need now with international calls from Canada, I think parts of Europe and the U.S. is $17 a month. And then there was one on there with just the U.S. calls, which sucked because I'm like, no, I'm like, we have too many people that would maybe potentially call us from out of this country. So, like, why limit it to just our country? I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Like, but, you know, that's how they make money, these fuckers, right? That's how they make money, I guess. So we're going to do it that way, where we can have, you know, international calls overseas and also local, all that shit, you know, national, whatever. But yeah, so I had something else that I was going to play for you guys, but what the fuck what did I do with that shit? Where is it? Oh yeah, my cousin Chris didn't even know what the Dubai chocolate was. So when we went to the store before, I seen that they had one. I'm like, I gotta buy it for Chris. Come on. Like, if he's coming here tomorrow and he's never had it, he's got to try it. Because I was like, Chris, do you like pistachio? And he's like, oh, I love pistachio. I'm like, bro, have you ever heard of the Dubai chocolate? And he's like, no, what's that? And I'm like, you never heard of Dubai chocolate? No. I'm like, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're missing. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, if you like fucking pistachio, then you're going to love the Dubai chocolate. So he's going to try it tomorrow. I told him I got it, and he's like, oh, nice, I'll try it. I'm like, so, all right, cool. Hopefully we'll go live, and then you can watch him try it live with the Dubai chocolate just dripping all over. He's in the best goddamn shape of his life. So he's got the Dubai chocolate all over his face. Yo, tomorrow this dog is my sister's dog that I'm dog sitting. Well, she's in fucking Italy. I'm dog sitting her dog, and this dog does not like fireworks at all. And my sister said that she flips out over fireworks. And tonight there's fireworks shows all over the place because it's like, you know, 4th of July Eve or whatever, right? So this 4th of July fireworks shows all over the place. There's a big carnival up the street. They're doing a fireworks show at the Pirk. You know, all this shit, right? So before, as soon as it got dark out, you started hearing some fireworks in the distance. Nothing really that bad, but where I live is very condensed, so you're going to hear it, right? And once in a while, you hear a couple of pops. This dog was, like, looking around like somebody was going to shoot her, and I was trying to, like, calm her down. I've never seen a dog react that crazy to fucking fireworks before. So I'm like, oh, no, man, this dog is really going to be scared shitless tomorrow when you guys all know, I'm sure, you know, as soon as it gets dark out, man, the onslaught of just fireworks just go for hours on end where I live. It just starts as soon as it gets dark, and it don't end till like fucking 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night, just nonstop, just fireworks. And like I said, I loved it as a kid. I couldn't wait the next day to jump on my bike, and I would go drive around the neighborhood and go to the areas where people would blow off fucking tons of fireworks in the front of their house. And I would go look for like ones that didn't blow off with the things still in them. And I would like collect bottle rockets and firecrackers by the dozens that never went off. And I'd be like, yo, look how much shit we got. And we get all this free shit. And we, you know, but listen, it was very scary when you're trying to light a fucking firecracker with the you know, the wick on it's like fucking a centimeter. It's like you got to light it and throw it really quick or else your finger's coming off. But yeah, we would find all kinds of awesome shit that we'd be like, yo, we're fucking, we got to light this thing up. Like we would find mortars and shit that would land in the yard. It was great, man, back in the day. I used to love that shit. Drive around on our bikes and go fucking find all the, like, unshot off fireworks. That was the funnest shit. Plus, we would also have fireworks, too. Like, well, not when we were younger, like, it was, you know, but when we got a little older and we can get fireworks, oh, man, we used to fucking shoot off mortars and shit. My uncle's block party. Oh, that was so much fun. Full-blown fucking, like, World War II mortars, bro. One year we went to Pennsylvania and fucking bought all this shit. Oh, my God, it was great. I wish I had fireworks for tomorrow. That'd be fucking nice. But I wasn't exactly looking to celebrate the 4th of July this year because I could give a fuck, to be honest. I mean, happy birthday to the U.S. 249 years. But other than that, it's like, yeah, whatever, man. You know, my whole family's overseas. It's just me and Shannon. At least my cousin's coming over and chilling. There's no friends coming over or nothing. I didn't invite anybody over. I was like, fuck it. You know? I honestly, since my father died, I really haven't done shit. So when I go away at the end of this month, it's going to be the first time I fucking do anything for the longest time. So I'm looking forward to it. But we'll see how it goes. Should be fun. Oh yeah, I got some good shit for tomorrow. Me and Shannon got these hamburgers that have like this cheese in it, in the meat. And I forgot the name of the cheese, but it's really good. And we also got, we have hot dogs. I have Sabrett hot dogs. And I have like every kind of topping you could have, relish or onions and this and that. Now it's only me, Shannon, and my cousin Chris. My cousin Chris barely eats, and Shannon barely eats anymore. And I'm just starting to eat again like a fat fuck. So we're really not going to eat much tomorrow, but we do have some stuff to cook. You know, I doubt, and there's going to be no kids. There's going to be no people at all here. So nobody's going to eat no leftovers, nothing. So I told Shannon, just literally buy 4 hamburgers. That was all we bought. You know, you're thinking 4th of July, you'd buy more than just 4 hamburgers, but that's all we bought because I know we're not going to eat more than that between her, me, and my cousin. It's just not going to happen. So I'm not looking to have it. It's not even, you know, we used to have the biggest fucking 4th of July parties, man, and get drunk and have fun. Shit sucks now, man. My daughter's got to have a kid, bro. Sorry. She's too young for that. She's only 20. I don't want her to have a kid yet, but, you know, we need some new shit. Some new traditions. Some new people in the fam. Yeah, it's been hot as fuck here. Fucking dying. Yeah, I'll probably have the number tomorrow night. I'm going to have the number, I'll have the number tomorrow night. I'm going to buy it tomorrow, before Chris comes over, before I go live. I'm going to buy it tomorrow, and I'm going to have it for tomorrow night. We could do random ass calls on the 4th of July, the whole thing, and hopefully be going live with Filthy, Chris live, me live in studio, and Shannon. And if you guys want to call in, whoever wants to call in, if you're around on the 4th of July, hit me up. You're more than welcome to join. And as far as the Discord, we're going to try that out Saturday.
Yeah.
Live on the show. Like, I'm going to go live early on Saturday. And I'm going to go on Discord live. And I'm going to fuck around live on Discord on the Foul Mouth server. So if you're not on there and you want to go on there and be a part of it, join it. If you haven't joined it yet. If you are on it, go on there. I'll be live early Saturday, and we're going to go live with the Discord there. I'm going to have the number set up on Teams. I'm going to put the number on the screen. If anybody wants to call in through the number or through Teams, call in, join us. If you want to jump on the Discord early in the show, I'm not going to do the Discord the entire show, I don't think, unless it works really well and I'm comfortable with it and we just leave it on and we could do it that way, I'll do it. But I'll have both available, Teams and that, on Saturday. But Teams tomorrow night, I will have the number for the 4th of July. I'm going to do it early. Get her done, get her out of the way, and buy it and be done with it. And I'll see you guys live for 4th of July. And then Saturday we'll do the Discord show early on, Insomniac, and then we'll go into regular show and all that bullshit. But I will go live earlier. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I kept saying that to Shannon while we were shopping. I kept saying, you know what I'm saying? And after like the 4th time, she was like, can you stop? And I was like, oh, you get mad. Get mad over the stupidest thing. Like, God. But I was busting balls, I gotta say so. But whatever, I don't really care. Let's see what the chat. I've been trying to get my girl play on making food since. And it's only me and her. Yeah, dude, listen, bro. That's all me and my wife used to do is we used to make so much fucking food that we'd have so much left over. And it was like, yo, we only have one kid here, right? And we'd make so much. And my wife would be like, oh, we'll throw it in the refrigerator for leftovers. And I'm like, we only have one kid here, and she's losing a ton of weight. So, like, and we figured out that everything we were making was just too much. And so it is, and you do make a lot, especially early on. You know what I mean? Ken, it's called Juicy Lucy. Yo, how do you know that I've been saying that, bro? Juicy Lucy. Wait a second, dude. That is fucked up. You said that, Goon. Goon, why are you saying that? It's called Juicy Lucy. Because I've been calling my. Yo, that's fucking weird, dude. Why is he saying that, bro? Yeah, I know. The gay. Yeah, I know. Pride. With gay. I know. Gay is supposed to be like happy. Awani, I'm so fucking hard too, bro. Yeah. Morning wood. Well, good morning to you. And the top of the morning wood to you. Juicy Lucy's? Is that what he's talking about? Had it in Manhattan. Yo, it's crazy, okay? Because I called my sister's dog's name is Lucy, right? And my dog's name is Louie. So when you say their names really quick in the beginning, both dogs are like. So I was trying to like call her something different, and I came up with Juicy, and I was calling it Juicy Lucy the whole time. And you said it in the chat, and I was like, what is this motherfucker listening to me? Like, how the fuck did he know that? How the fuck did that motherfucker know what Juicy Lucy is? So, yeah, that was like, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, so that's what you're saying. I got you now. It's 7 a.m. where Wandi is. Well, that's crazy, Wandi, because my daughters, right now, it's like, let me see. Because it's funny because they've been like, it's been a crazy time schedule with them. And when I talk to them and when I can't, when I'm at work during the morning, it's like fucking nighttime to them. You know what I mean? When I'm going to sleep at night, they're just fucking, getting up when I'm, it's been all fucked up. What time is it in Italy?
The time in Italy is 5:32 a.m.
5:32 a.m. So it's 7 a.m., 7:32 a.m. for you, Awandi, and it's 5:32 for them, and it is 11:32 at night for me. So you guys are in the day. You guys are actually in the day before us right now, you fuckers. You fuckers are a day ahead of us right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, they took the rainbow. They robbed the rainbow. And then they made it synonymous, pride, with the gay thing. And it's like, no, gays don't want to even be known with that bullshit, bro. I know some gay people that are like, yo, I'm telling you right now, I don't like where everything's going. And this person's represented gay people for like 30 years. He's been out of the closet for the longest time, and he's a hairdresser. He knows my mother his whole life. They know each other, right? He thought he had AIDS in the 80s. That's how long my family's known him, but he didn't get AIDS. But anyway, he speaks up about this shit. And last time I was around him, which was like 3 years ago, so I don't know how he feels today, but 3 years ago, he was like, I don't like the fact that they took fucking gay and they put it with this pride shit, because he said people that have too much pride and take too much pride in themselves are fucking the devil and blah, blah, blah. And he says all this crazy shit that makes sense. And he's like, you don't understand what pride is. It's good to have pride, but too much pride turns into what these people are doing, and they try to like push their fucking pride on you, and they made it synonymous with gay people and the whole entire fucking rainbow flag and blah, blah, blah. He was like, I don't want that. I don't want to be known for that. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm a gay man. I represent gay men, and a gay woman should represent gay women, and that should be fucking it. And these other people should represent themselves if that's what you are, and blah, blah, blah. And he made a lot of sense. And I was like, yo, this is coming from a fucking gay man right here, bro. And I was like, dude, like, you got to run for office. And he was laughing about it. But I was like, dude, you just, as a gay man, you make a lot of fucking sense. Like, and listening to you, I don't even give a fuck that you're gay. I mean, first of all, I never even cared. But he's a flamboyant one, because he speaks with that whole fucking, like, New York hair cutter gay guy voice, and he's hilarious, this guy, though, but he's a character and a half. But man, what he was saying was just dead on. I was like, bro, you could run for office saying that shit, bro. And they hijacked all that shit, just like Hitler hijacked the fucking SWAT sticker that was known for something totally different, just like Jesus took the cross and made it into what he made it into, you know what I mean? That's a little different, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, pride is a sin, bro. It really is, because it's good to have pride in yourself, but the right type of pride and the right amount. Because pride is a dangerous thing. You know what I mean? It's a fucking dangerous thing. But pride is like anything else in this world, guys. Come on, let's admit it. All of us that have half a fucking brain, right? Pride and anything else, too much of pride, is horrible. It could turn into a real bad thing, like we were saying. But too much of anything else is a bad thing. Too much of anything is a bad thing, period. So, yeah, that's true, man. I was thinking the other day, you can't call it, like, I was thinking, oh, no, I'm glad my daughter's woke to this shit. And I didn't want to use the word woke. So I thought to myself, awake. Like, that's what we should be. People who could see things for what they really are. They aren't woke. We aren't woken to this shit. We are woke to a lot of shit, right? But we're the old woke when woke was good, before it turned into, oh, that's woke. You know, like the woke we know now was not the woke that we knew back in the day. All right, it was a little different. All right, it was good to be woke, but we're not woke now. We are fucking like, we are alive. We are fucking awake. We are like seeing things clearly. You know, I mean, I don't know all things, but I know it's not easy to bullshit me. You know what I mean? And I look even into Trump and scrupulate the shit out of that and dissect the shit out of him and look into shit. And if I see anything that I don't like, I'm going to say it, man. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck what president it is. You know what I mean? Like, Trump didn't start that movement, the MAGA movement. He just fucking harnessed it and jumped onto it. We were all out there. All these people were out there screaming for something fucking different, someone and stand up and just cut through the bullshit. Sick and tired of the bullshit. Cut through all of it. And he's mostly doing that. You know? Like there's some shit that I'm not happy about, but that's a whole nother fucking thing. You know? But I am happy about a lot of other things. And you know what? I do put this guy up there. You know, you can hate him for the shit he says and does, and there's so many people that have derangement syndrome, right? But it's like, you know, he's done a lot good, man. He's done a lot of good this time around. This 47, he's done a lot of good. You know, and you could deny it. You could, I mean, every time he does something, they hate on him. But like I said, that's a whole nother show. I don't want to get into all that bullshit with Trump tonight, but it is nice that he's been winning like a motherfucker, man, whether you like it or not. He's been winning like a motherfucker in all these court cases, and he's been winning fucking, he won with the big, beautiful bill, which some of it is totally fucked. But, you know, the guy just keeps winning. Keep winning and winning. I keep winning. You're going to be sick of winning. Remember he said that? You're all going to be sick and tired of winning. Who gets sick and tired of winning? Tell that to the Florida Panthers, okay? Nobody gets sick and tired of winning. And he actually said that, this fucking guy. You're going to win so much, you're going to get sick of winning. Yeah, okay. Could never get sick of winning.
Yo, what up, my trash bag ass niggas?
What's up, P. Diddy? How you doing, man? You happy you getting out? Yo, they said that when he was found not guilty of all those other charges, that he was like basically dancing around like he was in a Mace video. Just dancing around, wagging his shoulders around, and like he was like praying on the floor, going down on all fours and praying and looking towards his family, and the whole family, he started clapping, and then the whole courtroom started clapping. Like he was having the moment, bro. His family was like reveling in it. They did a press conference. They were like, praise the Lord, an innocent man was found innocent today. They were doing the whole thing, right? Even though these videos are out there of him beating the shit out of these two women, right? Listen, once you beat a woman, to me, you're a fucking nobody after that. I hate you for the rest of my life. I don't give a fuck what you did or what you didn't do. You beat a woman like that, you're a coward to me. So this guy's a piece of shit to me forever, all right? Whether he's a trafficker or not, whether he's a you know, Rico or not, okay? Like, he's a scumbag to me. But I don't fucking know, man. He's just a piece of shit, you know. But he got off. His family was reveling in it. They were all having a great time. And at the end of the day, the judge was like, nope, you're not getting out. And then it all turned to shit, and he was so upset. So fucking upset. And I can understand. But hey, fuck you, man. You want to do the crime, you got to be willing to do the time. And you know what? You're not doing life, so obviously, he'll be getting out unless they come up with other charges. And, you know, they're like, nope, well, hold on, not too fast. Don't let him go yet. You know, we got some other shit that we need to bring him up on before we let anybody go anywhere. Because he is a risk to fly away. Fly me to the moon. Stick some drugs right in my ass. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Another word. Oil my cock. You think Dilly celebrated by fucking a dude in his ass in jail? I think he lubed up the fucking guard and fucked the Mandingo guard when he got back to jail that night. And he was like, "You getting fucked tonight, boy." And they took out that fucking baby gel and they fucking squirted it all over his fat ass, and he fucking Mandingo'd that fucking jail cell guy. And the jail cell guy was moaning like this. He was going,
God damn, P. Diddy, you getting up in that rump like a motherfucker, son. You sucking that.
I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth.
Oh, God damn.
I want you inside of me.
Yeah, that's how you doing it, Mom. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, I'm gonna fucking blow one.
Yo, what up, my trash bag ass niggas?
damn, son. Each of the two counts carries it. Yeah, 5 to 10, 15. Yeah, but they said nobody gets that for that shit. And there's no way the judge is going to give him that. Yeah, they were saying that there's no way. They were saying that he's lucky he's going to get 2 years for that. So, but they'll keep what he'd served so far as time served. And then some people were saying that as of right now, he's just going to get a hefty fine and some community service. Wouldn't that be crazy? That's all he faces after all this is said and done. But he's getting sued by a ton of other people. So, listen, this is not the end of this saga to get P. Diddy. They're going to get him. Whether it's through suing him like they did with, like we all said, they're going to get Trump. And they did. They got Trump. They got millions and billions of dollars from him. They underappraised his most highest properties that he had. They fucked him in every way that they could, but they couldn't put him out of commission. They couldn't put him down. You know what I mean? Like, they got him down, but they couldn't put him out. And you know what? The government or whoever, deep state, whoever, his own friends now turning on him, whoever it is, they're trying to get him. And they're going to get him, right? But the thing is, will he collapse and fade away? Or will he do what Trump did and come back tenfold? We don't know. We'll see. Now, is this guy like Trump? No, he's not. He's not. You know what I mean? Trump didn't do any of the shit this guy's being accused of. They said Trump pissed on these fucking hookers and he did all this shit. And it's unfucking true and all this bullshit they said about him. And yeah, he said he'll grab women by the pussy and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Right? But, like, he isn't the same guy P. Diddy is. So they're not going to stop till they get him, just like with Trump. And they're not going to stop till they get Epstein, and they got him. And look what happened with him. And so I don't know where all this leads to, but, you know, there's a reason why he's still in jail tonight, and he's not getting out. But you could also look at the other side of that and say, man, if you're rich in this country and you do something like this guy did, you could possibly get off for it if you have good enough lawyers. Or if the prosecutors are a bunch of fucking idiots. And, you know, this girl being Comey's daughter just has me, it just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know, just something really weird about that. Just something really weird about that. Dude, don't even mention that mayor, bro. All right, so he's not going to be my mayor because where I live is different than New York City. I have nothing to do with New York City like that. Thank God, okay? Because if that was my mayor, I wouldn't live in New York, okay? I live 10 miles away from where that guy would be my mayor, but he's not my mayor. Thank God, and he won't be my mayor. But I'll tell you this, if that guy does become mayor, he is going to fuck up the state even worse than it already is, and it's pretty fucked up. All right, and if you think people are leaving it now, if that guy wins, they're going to be leaving in even more of droves, because this guy is like, he's slick. That's why I don't think he's going to win, because listen, he's slick and he knows what he's doing, but people aren't stupid. All right, maybe New Yorkers are stupid, like the liberals, but I don't know. I have a feeling that he's not going to win for some reason. But I could be wrong. I mean, the guy's a complete piece of shit. You know, he's a piece of shit. He said if Bibi Netanyahu comes to New York while he's mayor, he'll have him arrested. You can't fucking do that, first of all, dude. Even if you, but yet in the same breath, he's like, you know, the guy is a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. A lot of shit that he says is hypocritical shit. It really is. It's like, we can't ban speech, but you can't say that. You're not allowed to say that. But we shouldn't be banning speech. We should let people speak free, whatever they want to say. Hey, you're not allowed to say that, though, man. You shouldn't be. It's so contradicting, everything he says. The guy was a fucking silver spoon, you know, fucking rich little kid. He was like a fucking trust fund kid. You know, like, he comes from rich people. He's a bullshit artist. He changes up his speech patterns per people he's talking to, per, like, you know, crowd he's talking to. He's a fake. He's basically a fake fuck. And he's got a lot of weird shit that he wants to do with people. He wants to give away a lot of fucking things for nothing. And he wants people to not work and get all kinds of access to free shit. And you know what he said? He wants to ban fucking millionaires. He wish he could ban millionaires, bro, which is outrageous to say. So if you make too much money, we're going to ban you. Right? You're not allowed to make that much money, right? Even if you make something that saves the world, you can't make that much money. You're not allowed to, right? And then he wants to fucking tax per neighborhood. And he said the white neighborhoods are the neighborhoods that need to be taxed more because they make more money and they're richer and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that is the most racist shit we've ever heard. And he's like, no, it's not being racist. It's just taxing per area, per... And they're like, no, you're a fucking liar. You're a racist piece of shit. And he is. He's a racist piece of shit. And it's like, unless you see or do what he likes, then you're against the system and you're a lowlife, and, you know, unless it's what he does and what he likes. So he's a real piece of shit. And even if he wins, someone will probably put a fucking in his brain. And you know what? Listen, it is what it is. So I'm not worried about it. Plus, he's not going to be my fucking mayor if he wins. And if he does win, then hey, you know what? If that's what they want in New York City, well, then that's what they get. And fuck them then. Fuck them then. Seriously. If they want that as their mayor, then you know what? Vote the motherfucker in. I don't give a fuck. He ain't my mayor. He ain't my mayor. You want that guy to be your mayor? Then vote him in, New York. Go right ahead. Here you go. Because you want to know what? You're probably voting Cuomo, who's just as big piece of shit as that guy. Cuomo is just as big piece of shit as that guy. These people will tell you that America was never great. It always sucked. It sucks. It's a shithole. And it's like, but why does everybody want to be here then? Maybe because women can vote and drive and have a life and a career. And in other places, they got to hide they got to hide the fur on their fucking, the hair on their arms and their face. They got to hide their fucking eyes. They got to hide maybe because, you know, the American dream is alive and you can come here and become a fucking billionaire. You know, like, there are attributes to being an American that other places don't have. Like, yeah, we're not the best, but you know what? There's damn good fucking opportunity here if you fucking do the right thing. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that want to be here, but yet shit all over the flag. That makes no sense to me. You want to be here. You don't want to go back to your country, but you're going to burn our flag and hold yours in the air. Okay, so why are you here then? So obviously you're here for a reason. And we all know what that is. You know what I mean? And that still exists. Nobody wants to admit it, or some people don't want to admit it, and that's fine. They don't have to admit it. But we all know the deal. They don't want to go back to their third world country. That's a shithole. You know, where their fucking wives don't even, or their sisters or mothers get treated like dog shit. You know, and they don't want to go back to that, and I don't blame them. But don't come here and burn my shit and burn our shit or try to change our shit. You're coming here. We're not going there. Don't bring your shit here. We're not bringing our shit there, okay? You want to come here, you do what we do. You do it how we do it, and you do it the right way, or else you can go fuck off. And this is the best thing I love. Look, you can go fuck off. Look at this. You ready? We don't just tell you to fuck off. We go like this. Fuck right off. Okay? You don't like it here. You want to burn our flag, but yet you want to be here and make money? Okay? Fuck right off, cocksucker. That's what I say. Fuck right off on this 4th of July. You want to come here? Listen, I'm going to stay on till it hits 4th of July. Say happy birthday. 105, 250 on the years. No, I'm just kidding. 249 in 8 minutes, guys. And then I'm going to bounce out, and we'll be live tomorrow with the Schwig and Schwang for the 4th of July. You know what I mean? May the 4th be with you. I'm going to go inside now and eat pussy. Just kidding. We're going to eat dick. Chalk dick. Chocolate is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Death.
You know what I'm saying?
Horrible death
You know what I'm saying?
of people.
Trash bag ass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, happy 249 to the U.S. That old beacon in the sky. That old red, white, and blue bitch. That old revolutionary cunt who fought herself once. Who survived 2 world wars. Who built the atom bomb. That old revolutionary cunt. Who saved other countries from death, from domination, from infiltration. That old beacon of hope that fucking cried out to the millions who came here in ships when there were no planes, and they saw the Statue of Liberty when they came into the New York harbor. That old red, white, and blue bitch who's going to be 249 years old with her titties and her ass. And that ass was voluptuous when it first came out in 1776. That ass and titties was voluptuous. Everybody wanted a bite of them titties and that ass when it first came out. Victorious, that old red, white, and blue bitch. And now that red, white, and blue bitch is turning 249 years old. And you know what? Yeah, she's older. But in country years, she's still fucking hot, and she's still got a fat ass. And you could, if you could do anything, you could call her a MILF at the very least. Still, she ain't no old ass bitch compared to all these other countries and all these other reigns and years and blah blah blah. Only 249 years old. Okay, that's young in country years. Okay, that's probably like 43 in country years. So she's still got a firm ass with some nice titties, and she's still hot. And yes, she's down and out, and she's been kicked around, and she's been shitted on, but don't forget, she's still that fucking beacon that she's always been, of pioneers, of everything. It all came from here first, okay? That little shithole over on the other side of the ocean.
I don't even live in the continental United States.
And I don't even live in the continental United States anymore. I'm in the
Abel Salas Jr. tipped $5. Trump and his surrogates are missing an opportunity to tie the Democrat Party to Mamdani by making a differentiation between him and the rest of the party. They all believe that he's been saying, he's just upfront about it while the rest try to hide it.
Well, I mean, listen, Clinton and all these other people have congratulated him on winning the Democratic nomination, which is just fucking weird, okay? But look who the other people are. Someone who they wanted to prosecute, one of their own, Adams, the current mayor, right? The other fucking guy, Cuomo, left the office in disgrace as governor because of a sex scandal and killed all these people during COVID, right? So, like, think about it. They didn't have many other people to fucking back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like they had a know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying. And you know what? I hope they back him. I want him to fucking be backed by the Democratic Party. And I want people like Crockett and all these other ACOs and TOCs and COJs and all these fucking idiots that Democrats have. I want them all to run. I want them all to be their nominations and their picks. Because you know what? That means just nonstop winning for the Republicans. Because these people are fucking jokes. And anybody that takes these people serious are a bunch of fucking idiots too. All right, so this guy, Bimi Bambani, whatever the fuck his name is, he can come into New York City and maybe win. You know why? Because New York City has a concentrate of fucking idiots in it. So if those idiots want to elect one idiot, they'll find out how quick it is to sit here and how quick all the funds disappear that are going to come to New York State, right? All the money disappears when everybody here is just not even working and getting everything for free. Because this guy wants to literally give away everything for free. Okay? All the millionaires will leave New York. All the billionaires will leave New York because of what he plans on doing. And everybody will be jobless and sitting in apartments that are rotting away while this guy tries to give away everything for free. And you don't have to lift the fucking finger to do anything anymore in New York. And what will happen when that happens? What will happen? I won't be here. I'll be laughing because you know what? I told her fucking so. I told her fucking so. Okay? If that's what they want in New York City, let them have it. Let them have it. Take it, Democrats. Go and fucking support these people. Go and celebrate them. Go and congratulate them on winning the Democratic nomination. People that are fucking straight up, like the book right out of the Russians, bro. Like, commie. Straight out, bro. Like, this motherfucker just wants to ban millionaires, doesn't want you to make as much money. He thinks that minimum wage should be like $35 for minimum wage. Yeah, good luck making these companies. Wants fucking groceries to be government-ran grocery shops that you can go into and just take whatever you want. Like, what the fuck is this guy thinking, bro? And you know what? He's winning this nomination because people are like, yes, of course I want free shit. This guy's going to promise the world and deliver on none of it. Deliver on none of it. And you know what? These people are stupid enough to fucking fall for it. So fuck them. Let them do it. Let them fucking do it. No, I don't listen to that guy. I don't. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's fucking, who knows, bro. Yeah, he wouldn't denounce the October shit that happened with the killing of all the Jews. He wouldn't denounce that. He was like, I'm not into that talk. I'm not into that kind of talk. And they're like, you won't denounce it? And he's like, I'm not into that kind of... And it's like, dude, you know what? Just denounce it, bro. They fucking kill little babies and kids and women and just innocent people, bro. It wasn't even a fucking military thing. They went into like residential neighborhoods like I'm in and just fucking killed everybody. Like, what are we talking about here? And you can't denounce that? Like, what a heartless motherfucker, man. What the fuck, man? It's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Kind of fucked up. But, yeah, what are you going to do? That's how some of these people are, man. Especially this guy. This guy's a real fucking... And this guy was brought up with a silver spoon in his mouth, was a rich kid. You know, the whole deal. And, you know, he's trying to act like he's somebody that he's not in that whole situation. And he changes the voice just like Kamala Harris did with the whole fucking switching up of the voice thing. You remember when she was doing that? Back when she was running and doing all that shit.
No.
Yeah, you are, bitch, and you know you are. Stop lying.
No.
Yeah, bitch, stop lying.
No.
So, you know, it's just another fake Democrat. It's just another Democrat promising all these broke-ass, poor-ass people that are in New York City that have nothing and make nothing, right? And there's a lot of them. He's promising all these people free everything. Free health care, free groceries, $35 minimum at your fucking shit job that you do nothing at. You know, like, he's promising them the world on a platter. So, of course, they're going to vote for him. Of course they're going to, because these people are the same people that when Obama got elected, right, they were running around saying, my rent is going to be paid now, Obama's president. These people, they exist. They're still out there. These are the same people that will vote for a guy like this. These are the same ignorant fucking people that run around and say, you know, my rent is going to be free now and I don't have to fucking do anything anymore. I could fucking live my life now the way I want, just fucking around all day doing dick. And this is what they were fucking honestly saying on interviews on TV and live on local channels. I heard it all over the fucking place. You know? A bunch of these white and black and Puerto Rican and stupid fucking ignorant people saying, oh, I don't have to ever work again. Obama's president. Everything's going to be free from here on out now. And it's like, no, man. No, that's not going to happen, dude. Like, you know, these are the same people that believe that Trump is, you know, like this fucking Hitler who's, you know, he's never going to let elections go off again. These people honestly believe, they think that Trump won't let elections go off in 4 years from now. They think he's going to run again or he's going to take it over. Like, they honestly think, like, oh, man, we're fucked. He's not. And, you know, even that asshole Sean Penn was doing this interview that got a lot of people watching it, right? And he says in it, Trump, it reminds me of, and he starts saying it like he's some kind of storyteller too, which is the fucking funniest shit, because it's like, dude, stop taking yourself so serious. He's like, Trump reminds me of like someone who is a scorned lover, and like, you know, if he can't have her, no one will. And you know what, one day he might use that fucking button to end it all, or he might just take it over and put the crown on his head and declare there are never elections anymore. And he said shit like that. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? What? These people are out of their minds, man. They'll vote for anyone in New York City. They're like Sean Penn. They're like these fucking ignorant assholes that will believe anything. They'll fucking believe anything, man. It's crazy. As soon as Trump bombed those fucking spots in Iran, they were reporting on all these local channels here and on CNN and a bunch of these other major news networks that so far it looks like it was a total mess. We didn't get anything at all. They moved everything. Trump failed big time. Meanwhile, they didn't even know what the deal was. The paperwork that they were reading from, without a doubt, said on it, hey, this is not reliable what we're saying, but early estimation is that he didn't get anything, but this is not the most reliable shit. We're not sure yet. And it said, like, we really wouldn't report on this because we can't back up what we're getting from there because it's being reported by blah, 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 blah. But they went with it anyway because it was negative. You know, and it's like, it's always some bullshit. It's just weird shit, bro. It really is. And they put a hit out on Trump. They had one out on him already, and they put another one out on him, like, but a jihad one. It's the worst one you could have or some shit. And they said something like that he is the first president to ever have this put on him. And I'm saying to myself, okay, well then if he failed at hitting their nuclear places like everybody said they did, why would they do this? Why would they put a hit out on him like they did, like this big jihadi religious hit? Because it was like a call to arms for all people, Muslim throughout the world, to go after him. And this has like never been done to a U.S. president before, and they were making like a big deal about it on these channels that I watch. And they were saying this, and I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, if that's the deal, then he obviously had to do what he said he did. Because why would they be that mad where they do something they've never done before? You know what I'm saying? So it just, you know, if you read between the lines, you'll see what the fuck is really going on. But like I said, these are the same people that will vote for a guy like that dude in New York City, are the same people that'll just believe bullshit from any old person without looking into it. You know? So, they could suck my dick. And we'll see what happens with P. Diddy and the whole story of P. Diddy. But, guys, it is officially the 4th of July right now. And I want to say happy 4th of July to everybody on this 249th birthday of America. And you know what? 1 year left to 250. And I really hope and pray there's another 249, another 240 years of this country. I doubt it, right? Because every good thing comes to an end, no matter what. But I also, you never know. Because I don't think anybody would have thought, you know, all the founders like George Washington and all these people that we hear about that they try erasing and shitting on and ripping down. You know, I hear about all those people and I hear like, you know, they were slave owners and they're scumbags and they're this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, but bro, they were only slave owners because the black people that brought the black people over here sold them to them and said that, you know, these guys are basically slaves. They don't know no better and I'm selling them to you. And they were sold to them by black people, right? So like, this was what happened throughout the world, had slaves all throughout the world. It wasn't only black. You know what I mean? It wasn't only black. There was a lot of other people that were slaves and workers and this and that, right? So does that make it okay what they did? No, but still, it's like, you know, you got to understand those were the times. That doesn't mean these people weren't revolutionary, and they were, because they formed this country. Yeah, they were scumbags by owning people because no one should own a human being, you know? But no one should ever sell a human being either. So, like, everybody was guilty, even black people back then. And not the ones that were slaves, obviously, because, but, you know, it is what it is. But these people helped form this country, and I don't think that they thought it would last 249 years old. But it did so far. And, you know, who knows if we have another 249 left in us. We might not even have a year left in us. But I don't believe Alex Jones. So, fuck him. But, yeah, happy birthday to the U.S. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the red, white, and blue. And shout out to everybody on the 4th of July. Hope you all enjoy yourselves. Have a great 4th of July. P. Diddy is not going home to celebrate with the family, unfortunately, tonight. But, hey, you know what? What are you going to do? He didn't get found guilty of the worst charges. So, like we said, he got off, man. He actually got off.
Me and my two coaches.
But we'll see if he can dodge what's coming next, which I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can. We'll see. But you guys have a great 4th of July, whatever you might be doing, and stay safe. Don't blow off any fingers. Don't, you know, don't lose any eyes. Don't get too close to shit. You know, use precaution, and have a great one. Be safe. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Thanks for joining me for a little bit here. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. If you're around, I'll have the number up and running. You can call in. We're going to be doing Discord on Saturday and all that shit. We might even do it tomorrow. All right, everybody enjoy. Peace. Me and Chris, Filthy, Shannon, live tomorrow night. See you guys there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Me and my two coaches. 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 Me and my. Me and my two coaches. Me and my two coaches.
Happy 4th of July.